Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at this item right here. So for item one, you can see that I have labeled it as very, very easy concept identification and analysis. And in fact, this particular example and practice item might be easier than some of the ones or any of the ones that we might have done in class at this point of the semester. That said, let's go ahead and get started. And keep in mind that this is not teaching, this is practice, extra practice of something that we already did in class together, either class wide or as a group. So, what I would like for you to do is, I would like for you to go ahead and mark up this paragraph per our prior learning and our prior practice sets. Once you are done with that, come back to resume the video, and then let's go through the answer together. All right, so I'm assuming that you have done as directed and that you're ready to learn from meaningful mistakes. Remember, meaningful mistakes are those you make when you really do as directed, when you really try, you make a genuine effort. If you make mistakes, I recommend that you not erase them, that you not white them out. What I recommend is that you draw a line through them. And like that, when you're reviewing your previous practice or your practice before a test or before class, you can see what mistakes you made and what the corrections were. Okay. Now, let's go ahead and look through this. So we've got, you are in college to get an education. Technically, I meant to put a period there, right? You are here to get an education, but to what does the sign education refer? Wow, this one is pretty much being given to you in terms of what is the concept of primary interest in this paragraph. We see that it's being very explicit. Maybe this person took my class and so they like to use the terminology that they learned about concepts. But we can see they literally are telling us, here's the sign that I'm going to be interested in, right? They use that very word from the concept lesson. And they put the word in quotation marks to note that, hey, this word, I'm interested in it as a topic. I'm not using it at this point. So notice that up here, they were just using the word. But here, the word becomes the topic of interest. So we're still going to label the top of that sign. I didn't give you a lot of room in this one, but you can see that I managed to squeeze it in. If I ever don't give you enough room, you could always do like this. Well, no, in the future, I will always give you room, so I don't want to say that. So we've got the word sign above the actual sign. So again, notice what I just said. Let me reinforce this. The word sign is being used to label the actual sign that is of primary interest in this paragraph. All right, so then we've got, how about we start with the definition for the sign? So here you can see more terminology. Yes, I think the student, was utilizing and directly and explicitly using what? The lesson from or for our concept of a concept. So this is still the sign right here. So let's go ahead and label it again, okay? But they're letting us know that they're about to give the what? The definition for the sign. Have they given us the definition in this sentence to this point right here? No, they have not. They're just letting us know that they're going to give the definition for the sign. So then they say, one source claims that it is the process of receiving or giving systematic instruction, especially at a school or university. So now they're giving a definition. So this is where your basic college level English language reading skills must come into play. And this does apply whether you're a dual credit student, an older returning student, or a student from another country. The presupposition, another country where English is not the primary language, you are supposed to have these basic reading comprehension skills. So now notice that, of course, the definition, I did put it in quotation marks because I'm quoting from a dictionary. And so I didn't want you to think this is my own definition. So be careful. Remember, context matters when we're applying skills and methods. Just because we see a set of quotation marks in a paragraph, that doesn't mean that we are looking at a sign. We already know what the sign is. So this is just showing that this definition has been taken from elsewhere. But since this is the definition, give me a second, I need to stop a timer.